Short name, Pedro Aibéo. I'm an architect and civil engineer. I'm from Portugal, and officially I live in Lohjalla in Ursula. My career has been very diversified from architecture, engineering, from music, arts, theater productions, video productions, all sorts of things, yeah. Although in my family, in the house, there was not a very lively art scene, although my grandmother played the piano and they all painted quite a lot, but not my mother and father. I always got into drawing. That was my first step. So I started actually in school, in a club, in those school clubs that were to draw the heritage buildings of the city. Then came theater, the theater plays in school, and then came music, but engineering was always part of me, mathematics and physics. Architecture was always a love and hate thing, so I always said when I was a kid I want to make houses and bridges, but I want to understand how you do them, so you have to be a civil engineer. I studied that, did a master's, then I moved to Germany to work as an engineer. Then I entered architecture almost by mistake. I wanted just to be a student and have the student privilege and then play music. Then it turns out I was great at architecture. Well, Gamified Cohousing Oulu is the new project we are very excited about, together also with the first and worldwide permanent air guitar school, the World Music School Air. We are very excited about this. It's new for us, this air thing, and we are happy that it's integrated with our project of Gamified Cohousing. Gamified Cohousing is born out of consequence of checking how people are living, and as an architect and doing so many projects internationally, from India, Mexico, China, you realize there's a pattern to divide people, put them into small apartments, what I call them shoe boxes. You get more money per square meter, and also you can sell more things. A community shares, a community spends more time together, consumes less. It's more resilient. So why are we not building more communities? That should be the question of every architect. That's why, after some thinking, this idea of gamified cohousing came about in Helsinki in 2017-18, and since then we've been buying old buildings and turning them into communities. What inspires me the most is passion. The people with passion for anything. Even things that I don't like. What I like to see is people that dedicate their lives into something that they not even doubt for 1 second that's what they have to do. I admire people who are passionate, but I mostly admire, being a bit egocentric here, I admire myself tomorrow. So I want to put that pressure on me to improve a little bit better than yesterday. I think that's should be everybody's goal. Admire the future self. When there's something that you build or work for so many years, and then there's this moment that either works and is a success or not. For me, one of those was when I proposed the architecture faculty of Darmstadt to do a theater project that later went to the United Nations. At the very last moment, the video was not working. The system broke down. It was a huge production, 150 people in the theater, and there was a big band of bagpipe players that had to come on the right moment. And the play started, and then the curtains come and they start to play, and everything was in sync. And I remember when I saw that opening and the band playing, and I had to run into the other place, the joy that it worked. I jumped in the back corridors of the State Theatre, and because it's that accumulation of all these years of work, that was a fantastic moment. Yeah, it feels like people here have a sense of entity for the small region, that they have to struggle, but they are somehow relaxed about it. It's small enough so that you can relate to people. So it's a bit of a village feeling, but with an urban foot step. Next steps are to increase the collaboration with this Gamified Cohousing. We're also going to be producing more cultural events in Finland and going abroad. And somebody from the city asked why Finland? And the reply was, if it works here, a community in this cold and socially awkward people, then it works anywhere. A career is about trusting and creating a story about yourself and to yourself. What you want to see in yourself is what you should be thriving every day in small steps. The second one is, in the work environment, respect the hierarchy. It's always going to be there, regardless of the postmodernist thinking. Bring your own ideas respectfully to your superiors, learn with them, learn from them, and then slowly make your new path. Come to the Gamified Cohousing Oulu in Liporanta. We have places where you can stay, a place where you can make your event, and we are very open to collaborations, cultural but also business, research, every field. People are welcome to see what we're doing, so maybe it inspires you or inspires us.